Jai Hind, myself Dr. Ajay Pratap Singh. I am working as an associate professor in Department of Mechanical Engineering at Ajay Kumar Gargin College, Ghaziabad. And now I teach here the subject like the renewable energy resources in the final year. So today topic is my presentation is for this class. You can see that the biomass. In this case, there are you can see the table of content in the biomass. The availability of the biomass, the conversion theory, how it works, then some introduction of the biomass, how to the biomass working, which principles are which type of the biomass plant, like the floating type or a drum type or the system type or bin Mandu biogas plant. So we'll discuss the one by one. And there are some materials, which type of materials is required for the development of the biogas plant, and there are some site selection is a very important, and some merit and demerits of the other today topic. So I'll come to the one by one. So come to this, the you can see here in the biomass, you can in the figure the biomass introduction and availability you can find out. So there are some raw materials is here, you can see like these are the biomass product. So you can see here the biogas power plant is the biomass power plant, then CO2, carbon dioxide, then tree and other plants is there. So you can say the wood product is there. So these are the recycle of all these, you can see from the biomass, you can find out biogas power plant. So you can find out the energy, right? The renewable energy. So this energy we can use with the help of this recycle of this energy, this goods like the tree and plants or the some wastage, or we can say the wood product. So you can recycle the biomass energy and use for the for the for the social cause, maybe some you can say for the our regular work. So what is the biomass? So you can say the biomass is, and we can say that is the organic made from plants and animals. So the biomass you can define, you can say in terms of the it is a renewable energy source, because we can always grow more tree and crops, and waste will always exist. So biomass you can say the day by day there are a lot of those tree plantation is going on, and again the tree plantation and like crops is growing day by day nowadays. So we can say the wastage also are increasing. So if the utilize the wastage into the good product, so or you can say use of this wastage, so we can use in the biomass category. So it doesn't include the fossil fuels which take the millions of years to create. So when we burn the chemical energy in the biomass is related as a heat, and wood waste or garbage can be burned to produce the steam for making, we can say, the electricity or to provide the heat to the industry and home. So there are one resources to use the electricity. There are a lot of the method to use the electricity to produce the electricity. So which one that the biomass is the one of the renewable energy to generate the electricity, and this electricity is very important for growing of this any country, right? So if you develop some industry clusters, or for the home for or any the cities in the city for the street light, I mean everywhere if you need the growing is required. So the electricity is a necessity for development, basic necessity. So the consumption of electricity, there are a lot of the way to generate the electricity. So we can here discuss the biomass uh, uh, procedure to how to generate the electricity from the wastage. So burning a biomass is not the only way to release the energy. We can say it can be converted to other useful forms like methane gas or fuels such as ethanol and biodiesel. So ethanol is now the very important thing right now, because the ethanol is blending in this the fuels like the petrol and diesel. So the government is also promoting to mix up the ethanol up to the 20%. So you can produce the ethanol from this biomass. So biomass plant, we can say, is a device for conversion of fermental of organic matters in the particular cattle dungs into the combustion gas and fully nature's and organic manure. So these are some biogas plants to convert the different parameters. The main source of to for the production of biogas are cattle dung, or we can say the night soil, or the poultry, or the pigger dropping. So poultry, basically you can say these are the resources, the main resources to produce the biogases. So these materials are confined in a place out of, we can say, the contact with the oxygen given raised to a large number, or we can say the number of bacteria which converted in the carbon hydrate or proteins fight into the volatile acid and the carbon dioxide. So while biomass is organic matter derived from the plant, or we can say, or legs or animals, etc. So these are some introduction about this biomass. So, and these are the materials where the available to produce the biomass energy. So we use, and what is the use of this biomass in application? So we can say that is the traditional use of biomass is more than used in the modern applications. You can say it in development of word biomass is again the becoming in the important for applications such as the combined heat and power generation. So in addition, we can say the biomass is gaining a significance such as a source of the clean and heat for the domestic heating and community heating for this application. So we can heat properly through domestic heating or the community heating, the clean energy, you can say. And in fact, the countries like Finland, USA, Sweden, as per the capita biomass, the energy used in the higher than it's in India, the China or the Asia. So these are the different country the regularly used, and Finland is the one of the larger generation country to generate the biomass energy. So how to the biomass energy is working? So you can see here the instead of burning off losing the biomass fuels or directly, or you can say it is more practical to compress into the bureaucrats are compressing for them through some process for like from blocks or the different shapes. So they are there by the improvement of this utility and convenience of the use. Such biomass, you can say, in the dense bureaucrat can either be used directly as a fuel instead of the coal in the traditional chulhas, or we can say the furnace, or in the gasifier. So gasifier converts, we can say, through the solid fuels into the more convenient, or we can use the gaseous form to fuel to call the procedure gases. So you can see here some uh, human, you can see from this figure, you can find out that some mineral is there, some digester is there, so some wastage is here, then animal, then fooder, so fertilizer is there, land is there. So we can see that the photosynthesis is going on for this and find out the photosynthesis units. So these are the, we can say that the photosynthesis units and the harvesting devices is required. So finish pond, we can add purifier water is there, and then after that CH4 and CO2. So here the human is, so this combination of this, we can see that is how the biomass is working and find out. So we can for fish pond is there some wastage one find out from the fish pond, we can find out. Then you can use the some algae water hygienic, or we can say the wastage from the humans, or maybe wastage from the animals, or you can find the wastage from the fooder. So these are combination you can find. After that, you can find out to produce, or you can say to use this any for generation of this biomass energy. So the different type of the biomass plant is using. So which type the biomass plant is working and efficiently. So I'll discuss here. There basically you can say there are three type of these biogas power plant. We can say, so we can say you can hear the fixed dome type of the biogas, then modified fixed dome type, and the floating dome type. So there are these are the three types of biogas, right? So the biogas plant, you can say, the consists of two component. One is the digester, we can say the fermentation tank, and second thing is the gas holder. So there are two chambers. One is, we can say, that is the digester, and second is the gas holder. So the digester, you can say, we can say is a cube of shapes, or the, we can say, the different type of the shapes you can find out, like these are, you can see, the gas holders or digesters, right? And so this type of the shape, we can say, that is the digester type. We can say like uh, the cylindrical type is there, or maybe some cubical type. So there are some cubical type of the shapes is there. So different type of the shapes of the cylinder are waterproof of the container, or with an inlet into which the fermental mixture is to introduce the form of the in terms of liquid, or in terms of the slurry. So the gas holder is normally as a airproof or steel container that by floating like a ball on the fermentation mix, and we can see uh, cuts of the air from the digestion can, you can say, the collect the gas of the generator. So you can see here from the figure, you can find out, you can see. So you can see that is one of the most widely used in the digester figure in here, to hold the equipment with the gas outlet, while the digester provided in the overflow pipe is loaded the sludge out into the drain pipe. So you can see here that is some dung or the water and the feed from the slurries, and these are the digesters. So right, so these are the digester from here, and after that we can say the gas holder point is here. So these point is the gas holder, and these are sludges there, and after that we can say that one tap is there to find the gas to do the combustion for use or other use. So we can see that is the gobar gas plant, the best you can see that is the gobar gas power plant, right? The gobar gas power plant is that is the type of the biogas, and you can see here one chamber is there for, you can see that I'll draw here, the one chamber is called, you can say, the digesters, and that the input come from this, you can put here from the slurry, or maybe some wastage, or the dung, or and the water. So you can put from this comes in this side. After that the water is there, and you can see here there are some on a gas chamber, right? So if you mixing all these things, after some time the fermentation process is going on, some one hole is there, the pipeline is there, and these gases is go to this chamber, right? And the gases come to this chamber, and after that you can use these gases to use for this regularly used for the combustion purpose of any application. After some time that the, you can say, the sludges come from here, and this sludge is used for, we can say, for the solid purpose of the some wastage, or you can use from the some used for the agriculture purpose as a javik khad. So what is the biogas, how to working of the biogas generator or biogas plant? You can see here that to understand here, you can just, I'll see to understand the working of the biogas generator and biogas plant, please refer to the figure below. So you can see from here the various steps to working the biogas generator and biogas power plant. So in the mixing of the tank, water and cattle dung and mix, initially we can mix here for the mixing tank. So that is the mixing tank. So you can see here that is the mixing tank, and mixing of the slurries of the cattle and dung and the water. So the ratio is the 1:1 ratio to from the slurry, and this slurry is then transferred to the digester by the inlet chamber. So these are the digesters. So you can see here from the digesters, and these are the inlet chamber, right? So these are the inlet chambers, and these pipe, you can say that is the pipe is the inlet chamber, and this inlet chamber from dung, you can see that there's inside the mixing of this dung and the slurries and the water, mixing of the water. So the fermentation of the slurries start in the digesters. So you can see that is the digester. These are the digesters, right? And the biogas is the form. After, we can say, which the accumulated at the top of the digester, you can find, you can see here that is one gas chamber, right? You can see here the one, you can make a one gas chamber here and make a valve here, right? So you can see after the accumulated all the gases in the top of the digester, you can say in the dome. So since we can say the outlet gas valve is closed, so here that is the one valve is here, you can see the gas valve. So you can close the gas valve, and then all you can say the biogas section pressure and the slurry which start the moving in the inlet and outlet chamber due to the level of the slurry. So drops of in digester will and increase the outlet chamber. So one by one you can say the all the the gases come to here. After the biomass, after that we can use the open the gas valve and use this gases to for proper use for the combustion purpose. So if we can say the biogas outlet is further kept to close, so the level of slurry further drops in the digester due to the gas pressure is and the slurry reaches at the highest possible level at the inlet and outlet chamber. So you can see that is the overflow tank. So you can see here that is the overflow tank here. Then spent slurry is there. Then chamber outlet chamber is there. Then you can say underground digester tank. So you can see here that that is the digester tank, and these are the you can see the biogases. So these are digester tank and these are the gases. So and these are the valve. So in this case that you can see that is a combination of dunks and water mixture. So the if the gases we can say the gases the valve is still kept closed, the biogas will further get accumulated in the dome and if the pressure increase. So eventually if the pressure becomes high enough and it will start the escaping through the inlet and outlet chamber to the atmosphere. So during this escape, the biggest biogas create the bubbles in the slurry in the inlet and outlet chamber, and there is also formation for fruit. So we can say the increase in the volume of the slurry at the inlet and outlet chamber help you calculate the amount to the biogas chamber within the digester. So if you want to use the biogas, so you can again open the valve of the pipe and remove this gas, remove it as per the requirement as the various applications. So when the gases will taken from out from the dome, so it level of slurry you can say in the digester increase while the level of in the outlet valves the outlet valve reduces. So when the gases is not beginning being used from the dome of the digester, the level of you can say the slurry inlet and outlet chamber will be high and intake of the fresh slurry in the digester is reduced. So these are some working principles how to it works. So floating drum type of the biogas plant you can say in the past floating drum plants are mainly built in the India, but other we can say the floating drum plants are consist of an underground digester and moving gas holder. The gas holder we can say the floats either the directly or the fermentation slurry or in a water jacket on its own. So the gas is you can say the collected in the gas drum which rises or moves down accordingly the amount of gas is stored. So the gas drum is prevented from tilting by a guiding frame. So we can see here that the floating drum type of the biogas power plant, the drum you can see floating gas collectors. So these are we can see the floating gas collector is there. You can see. So the drum in which the biogas collects has and you can say the internal or external guide frame that provide the stability to keep the drum upright. And if the biogas is produced, the drum moves up. If gas is consumed, the gas holder sinks back. And if the common floating drum type of biogas power plant is India was researched by the Khadi and the Village Industries Commission KVIC. So you can see here that is the biogas collectors is here, right? So these are the floating according to that the movement of this the move as per the availability of the gas of the inlet. So you can see that again the mixing tank is there, the inlet is there, inlet pipe is there, then the mixing up down drum and water mixture is there. So you can see here the support of this pipe, their support is both sides are there. Then partition of the wall is there, spent slurry, then overflow tank is here. So the biogas collectors, you can collect here the biogas collectors and floating gas holders. So these holders are the floating according to it. And these valve, if the gas is full inside the biogas collectors, so you can open the valve and that outlet comes here, and these valves you can after open you can use these gases for the particular application and as per requirement. So fixed dome type you can say the fixed dome type cylinder you can say type of plant. The fixed dome plant consists of a digester digester with a fixed or non-movable gas holder which sits on top of the digester. Second thing, when a gas production starts, so the slurry is displaced into the compensation tank. Second thing is that the gas pressure increase with the volume of gas stored and the high difference between the slurry level and in the digester and the slurry level is in the compensation tank. Third one, there are also no rusting steel plate parts and hence the long life of the plant more than the 20 years and can be more for the expected. And the plant is, you can say, constructed underground or the protecting it's from the physical damage and saving shape. So there are no any problem with there. So while the underground digester is protected from low temperature and at night and during the cold season, sunshine and the warm seasons take longer to heat up with the digester. So there are some benefit of the fixed dome type of the plant. So you can see here the fixed dome plant is there. In that previous case, that is for the variable. These are the variable type. So dome is here and that is variable like this, right? So here not the variable type, the fixed dome type. So here no day night fluctuation of the temperature in the digester positively on the influence of the vectorial process. So in the Janta model, in the basis fixed dome type plant in India was developed by Planning Research and Action Division in Lucknow in 1978, and it is the first fixed dome plant based on Chinese technology. So these are the first type developed in 1978, the fixed dome type. So the advantage and disadvantage of floating type and fixed dome type up. So you can see here that is the floating type, and the floating type of the advantage is there. So constant gas pressure you can find out. Second, higher gas production system. Third one, the less danger of the explosive due to the separation between biogas and external air. And third, there is no problem of the leakage. So these are the benefit of the floating dome, but there are some drawback also. So we can find out the drawback is there like higher cost. You can say high maintenance required, loss of the heat through the gas holder. So these are some drawback. But the fixed dome type of there some advantage there. So you can see here less maintenance due to the no moving parts, low operation and capital cost. So main thing is there. So second important is low operating cost and capital cost is very less. Third is heat insulation is better due to it's the underground construction and longer work life. So work life is also increased. Work life is very good and low operating and capital cost is there. In that case, that is the floating type. That is the cost is expanded or the operating cost and the capital cost is very high. So gas pressure is variable, required skilled professional for the construction and is come in the form. So these are the some basic difference between advantage and disadvantage between the fixed dome type and floating dome type. So Deenbandhu biogas plant, you can say the mixing tank is fed by the biomass and the water for making the feed slurry by steering with the steer. So the slurry is fed into the digester, you can say, through also by the mixing slurry. And there is a steer arrangement in the digester also for mixing the slurry. So the generated biogas is collected in the fixed dome type of upper half of the digester and taken through, we can say, the outlet pipe from the gas delivered on the outcome side. So some reducer spent slurry in the discharge out from the digester and use the manual. So there are some Deenbandhu type of the gas power plant, and you can see here from the there are some this same process is working out in the gas power plant. So there are some material used for the biogas generation. You can say the copper wastage used, then animal wastage used, then municipal wastage used, agro industrial used, then forest later and aqualite surface. There are some these materials are the basic of generation of the biomass concept. So we can use according to that. We can like the crop wastage. You can say the sugar cane is there, then the seeds is there, the crop vegetables is there, then spoiled the food and human. There are various material are used for this biogas generation. and the site selection is the very important is there. So we can say for the any development of the uh, power plant, the site selection is the very important. So the site selection, you can facilitate the easy construction work and should be such that the construction cost is the minimized. Main thing is the construction site to minimize. Then selection of the site should be easy operation and maintenance activity like the feeding of the plant, or we can say the gas valve opening, or the composing of the slurry, or the checking of this gas leakage, or the dairying of the condensation water from this pipeline. So selected near to the kitchen to avoid the condensation and other problems, and selection of the size accordingly to your waste or the generation of ability area and usage. So these are some useful. I hope you are enjoying this some biogas power plant, how to use, how the selection of that, how which type of those. So thank you so much. I will discuss the later in the next video. Thank you so much.